Did you know that a lot of commercial cat food contains as little as 4% named meat? So we've got some exciting news. Bertie and Macavity have got their first sponsorship. This video is kindly sponsored by Untamed. Now let's see what they've sent. Untamed have sent us a selection of meat and fish in jelly, gravy and broth. They also do pate. They use whole meats and wild fish and human quality ingredients. And they don't use any grains, and there's no added sugar, artificial preservatives or colourants. They come in 100% recyclable tins and cardboard. Now this is the first unofficial taste test, because we're going to give Macavity a secret snack. If you've got more than one cat, you'll probably have one of them who you always try to feed a snack on the quiet without the other one noticing. Macavity's very long and thin, while Bertie's quite petite, so Bertie doesn't need quite as much food. And we're very lucky in that they aren't fussy cats usually, but Bertie does have a delicate stomach, so we can't give him any food in gravy. But they both like meat and fish. So you can see here that it's going down very well with Macavity. Macavity eats so fast, but if your cat is a bit wary of new foods, Untamed has got a transitioning guide, and it recommends on days 1 and 2 to put a little portion of Untamed next to their normal food in the same bowl. Then on days 3 to 5, mix some Untamed with the normal food, adding a little more each meal. Then on day 6, you can give your cat a whole meal of Untamed. We can safely say that the chicken breast with ham and gravy is a hit with Macavity. So now it's time for the first official taste test with both Bertram and Macavity.
Calves, Boyd.
It's a leaf, actually.
Boyd, calves. Boyd, by the way, is the Welsh word for food. Go.
You gotta wait, calves. You gotta wait, doll.
Gotta wait, darling. Come on.
Now I know cat food is expensive and you're probably wondering, why should I spend more money on cat food when there are cheap alternatives available? But there is such a difference between quality meat like this and the cheaper commercial foods that you usually find on supermarket shelves. This has a much higher actual animal protein content rather than being bulked out with cereals and grains. And rather than named meat, a lot of cheaper manufacturers use meat and animal derivatives. So basically you don't know what you're getting. So Untamed contains 17% protein compared to around 7% in mainstream cat food. So there's a big difference. As well as being a good source of protein, good quality wet food is very important for hydration. Macavity's very good at drinking water, but I never really see Bertie drinking water. So Bertie, I think, gets a lot of his hydration from wet food.
Calves, no, darling. Don't steal. Good boy. You wait there.
So something I would recommend any pet owner to do is to look at the back of your packets of pet food and actually look at how much meat content or fish content is actually in there, because you might be unpleasantly surprised. So you can see that they both absolutely loved it. Calves had the wild tuna with salmon and jelly, and Bertie had shrimp top tuna in jelly. Calves ate his in literally seconds, and Bertie's a lot slower eating, but he ate really quickly for him. So another important thing to bear in mind is the difference between complete and complementary food. So complete is a tightly regulated legal term, and it means that by law a complete cat food must contain all the essential nutrients that a cat needs for healthy bodily function. Complementary means that the food should only be fed alongside something else. So again, just check the packaging. So in Untamed's range of cat food, the gravy and the pate are complete cat food, and the broth and the jelly are complementary cat food.
Have the one in broth.
So each tin is 75 grams, and it may look small at first, But on opening it, you can see that they're really packed with high quality meat and fish. And they're not bulked out with too much jelly or liquid, as you often see with a lot of mainstream cat food.
Dig in.
So you can see that the chicken and broth is another hit. When Macavity is finished eating, he always has this ritual of searching around his bowl to check if there's anything he's missed. And then when Bertie's finished, he goes over to finish off any scraps there as well. We have all kinds of silly words for things the cats do. And when they roll around on the floor, we call it a roly-poly or a wiggly-woo. Two of Bertie's favourite places to hide are under the peonies and also under my skirt.
Hello. Hello. Hey, calf. Hello.
And by the way, when it comes to bowls, either stainless steel or ceramic is best. Avoid plastic bowls because plastic is soft and porous, so it harbours bacteria and they're a lot harder to keep clean. Plastic bowls can cause cat acne because of the bacteria. So Bertie and Macavity both have ceramic bowls. We also have stainless steel bowls. Macavity prefers to eat off a little plate.
Food. You're gonna wait. No, that's Bertie. That's Bertie, sweetheart. I know. I'm being slow. I'm sorry. What are they gonna think of you on film?
Because he's got quite long fangs in the front, and so with the smaller ceramic bowls, he kept on clanking his teeth against the side. So it's more comfortable for him to use the shallow dishes. So I think you get the gist by now. They're both absolutely loving the Untamed cat food.
It's got your seal of approval.
Now let's take a moment to admire Macavity's party trick.
Chicken breast with beef and jelly. You ready for Boyd? Hey.
Now for another trick.
Boys.
We call it doing Meerkats.
Oh, you're a meerkat. Good boys.
So with our old cat, Molly, she was a sweetheart. She was a tortoise shell. They're so beautiful. Before we knew any better, we used to feed her one of the big name supermarket brands. But then later, when we moved over to the better quality cat food, I remember we really noticed the difference. Her fur was just so shiny. A high protein, low carbohydrate diet just genuinely seemed to make a big difference. You can see with Bertie and Macavity. They're both looking magnificent. Their coats look shiny and healthy. And the vet is pleased with them at their regular checkups.
It's your brother's. I know. No, it's not ready yet. This is yours. Shrimp top tuna. Right. Shrimp top tuna. There you go. Boyd, come on then. Meerkats. Meerkats. Good boys. Oh my goodness. Well, that lasted all of 5 seconds, didn't it, sweetheart? So tasty. How are you getting on, Bert? Tasty.
I just love the funny noises that Bertie makes when he's eating his food. One of my favourite things to do is just to sit on the front doorstep and just chill with the cats. Simple pleasures are the best. Most of the footage of me preparing the cat's food is just to be fending off Macavity, so it must be good.
No, you need to wait for your little food, yeah? Oh, there's a monkey. Okay. Give me your cats, Bert. Good boys! Give me your cats.
You can't even tell that there's been food on the plate.
Nice, yeah? Really tasty. All gone, isn't it? All gone.
Oh, big yawn. Lovely weather for my babies. It's time for Boyd, isn't it, Bert? It's time for Boyd. So at this point, I accidentally gave Bertie the chicken breast with ham in gravy, and we usually try not to give him anything in gravy because he's got a delicate stomach. But we are very glad to report that there were no after effects from this. I think because it's not the usual gloopy gravy you find in some cat food. So a lot of people wonder how much to feed their cat and how often, and it does really depend on the size of your cat, what breed they are, and how active they are, really. But just to give you a rough idea, we feed Bertie Macavity 4 times a day. We did try to cut it down once to 3 meals a day, but they weren't happy. They were quite hungry. And apparently cats do prefer their meals spread out over the day. So they have their breakfast at about 8:10 usually, when they have 1 pouch each. Then they have their lunch at 12:30, when they either have 1 small tin each or they share a large tin. Then they have 2 evening meals, one at 4:30 when Bertie has half a pouch and Macavity has a full pouch. Then their last meal of the day is at about 7:30 when they each have 1 pouch. So in total, Bertie has 3.5 pouches a day and Macavity has 4 pouches a day because he's a lot longer than Bertie. They also have treats occasionally, and we always give them each half a pickle stick before bed. They love their pickle sticks before bed. So it's time for the final tasting session and the final verdict. Bertie can't have dried food that often because he gets a bad tummy, but we do sometimes give Macavity biscuits during the day if he's hungry. But overall, a wet food is their main source of nutrition. So for an adult cat, I'd say about 3 to 4 pouches a day is probably average if it's their main source of nutrition and they're quite active. So that's a full house. They both liked every single flavour that was sent to us. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to Untamed for sending Bertie Macavity all this delicious food. We're still only a very small channel, and it was so nice to give them this treat. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And drop a comment below. Have your cats tried Untamed? And do your cats do any fun party tricks? Stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video.